Hello guys and gals, Buffalo here. We're down here on the range again today. A couple of weeks ago, I patterned some of the federal TSS loads out of the little 410 bore, and it done really well. It turned that little 410 into a viable option as a 40-yard turkey gun. Got a lot of great comments on that video. I got a lot of requests to pattern the TSS in the 12 gauge. So I picked up a box, just a 5-round box here. This is 12 gauge. 3.5 inch, 2 1/4 ounces, the number 9 shot, rated at 1200 feet per second. So we're going to pattern these today. We'll use the same targets that I used on that 410 video. I picked up some more of these. And for those that didn't watch that video, we will do things a little bit different today. Since I've got 5 rounds and that's all I've got, we'll shoot it at 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50 yards. Just to see what the patterns look like at each range. And I will use a laser rangefinder. Even though I know this range, I know what the yardages are, I'll use a laser rangefinder to make sure we're right on the money at each yardage. So you guys at home, you can know exactly what it looks like at exactly 20 yards, exactly 30 yards, and so on. Now, I did have Mojo Outdoors sent me over a choke to use. So I want to thank them for that. I'll link this down in the video description. This is a good looking choke. It's called the Mojo Fatal Shot custom chokes. It's the Beretta Optima Plus style, which fits my Xtrema II. It's harder to find a turkey choke in the Optima Plus style than it is some of the other styles. So when I saw they had this, I actually contacted them and asked if they'd be willing to send one over. And sure enough, they did. That's not going to, there it is. There's a look at it. Really good looking tube. It's a 660 inside diameter. And remember, the Xtrema II is a slightly overbored shotgun, so you're talking about a 734 thousandths of an inch bore being constricted down to 660 thousandths of an inch. And if we look at the packaging here, you can see it is labeled to shoot all factory loads, shot, and wad types. Steel, lead, buck, and heavier than lead shot. And this one, of course, fits my shotgun, but they are available to fit a lot of different modern shotguns, so different choke styles. So you can check that link out if that's something you're interested in. So looking forward to trying this out. They tell me it'll work great with the TSS. So I've got my Xtrema II ready here. This has been a workhorse of a shotgun. Probably my favorite all-time hunting shotgun. It's been fabulous. I've been on a lot of waterfowl hunts with it, and it doubles as my turkey gun as well. So I've got the action open. It's cleared. I've already removed the choke tube that I had in it. So we'll install this choke tube. This is the first time that I've installed that tube. Man, look at that. Dropped right in. Spun in. Very little resistance. Good threads on that tube. So here we go. It is an extended tube, non-ported. Got the knurling on it. Good looking choke tube. Thank you, Mojo Outdoors, for sending it over for this test. Every little thing that I can get help on these videos helps. With that being said, now that you guys know what we're up to here, I'll go ahead and get us a target set up at 10 yards and we'll get rolling. All right, got my eyes on, got my ear protection in, got us a target set up at 10 yards. We'll hit that first, then go back 20, 30, 40, and 50. First round. Woo! Kicks just a little bit harder than the old 410. All right, so I was aiming here. I actually pulled that shot just a little bit. But look at that. You can see where that big flight control wad went through. That would have broke his neck alone without all the shot. Look at that. I mean, that's just devastating. But again, we're only at 10 yards. That's kind of what you would expect. So let's move it back to 20. I actually found that wad downrange. Here's a look at that flight control wad. I had to dig it out of the dirt. You can see it opens up from behind. Pretty wild technology. We've tried it in the double aught buckshot here and it worked extremely well. Looks like it might work well in these turkey loads too. Yeah, I've got a shotgun today. Let's go take a look. All right, look at that. Wow. That's pretty much decapitated that turkey. Pretty impressive. Let's move back to 30. 30 yards on the money. I don't have to say anything. Let's go see what it looked like at 30. All right, our pattern's opened up a bit, nice and even all across the target. Get a little close there so you guys can see it. Man, there's so many of those little number 9s. I'm not going to sit and count them, but we got a bunch in the head. I don't know how well that's showing, but we got, maybe it'll do better. There we go. Got a bunch in the brain and the little brain right there in the head, all the way down the neck bone. I mean, he's swarmed. And like I said in the 410 video, 30 yards is probably about my average shot when it comes to turkey hunting. That's my ideal shot. It gives the pattern time to open up a little, and it's close enough. It's going to be a clean kill. So let's move her on back to 40 and see what it looks like. All right, so I'll be lying to you guys if I told you that recoil wasn't bothering me just a little bit. But here we are at 40. Let's put that turkey down. At 40, we've still got a great looking pattern. Lots of pellets in that head and neck. I know the camera's not picking those little holes up all that well. Seems like if I break it loose from that cardboard backing, you can see them better. Look at that. That's at 40 yards. Pretty impressive. I've got one more round left. We'll move it back to 50 and try it. Found another one of those wads laying here. Last shot, and I can't say that I'm disappointed. Patterning these things, it's no fun. Now, turkey hunting, you've got that adrenaline going, you don't even feel that recoil, and it's usually a one shot and done game. Here in Kentucky, you're only allowed 2 gobblers each spring and 1 per day. So it's a one shot and done deal, and you don't even feel the recoil. But out here on the range, I can feel it. 50 yards. Let's see if we can get her done. Can't tell much from here. I'll have to go down and check it out. All right, the pattern has dispersed a little bit more, as you would think it would, but there's still a lot of shot in that turkey, in the neck bones particularly. Got some in the head, none in that little brain area there, but plenty in got one right in the ear hole, under the eye, 2 under the eye, bunch around the cheek, right where the neck bone connects to the skull. Just, you know, that's a dead turkey. 50 yards, that turkey's toast. maybe, I don't know, can you guys see that better with the, what about looking at the back of the target? Maybe you can tell. And that pattern is pretty much even over the entire target. That choke tube puts these rounds right where I'm aiming too. All right, so my closing thoughts on this round, and I'm going to get some backlash from some of you guys when I give my closing thoughts here. Just hold on and hear me out. I'm not as impressed with this in 12 gauge as I am with the 410. I'm looking at this from my little perspective, the way that I hunt turkeys. Hunting is different. Everybody gets something different out of it. It's different for everybody. I'm not saying that my way is better than somebody else's way, but that's, if I'm going to look at something and do a review on it, I'm going to look at it from my way. If you don't like that, you can do your own review on it. But for me, the reason I'm so impressed with the 410 TSS is that makes the 410 a viable option for me to use as a 40-yard turkey hunting gun. And again, that goes back to my way of hunting. For me, and I explained this in the 410 video, but I know that not everyone that watches this video will watch that one. For me, turkey hunting is a 40-yard game. If I can't get that turkey to come to 40 yards, or at least, you know, it's hard to judge 40 yards exactly in the field. I've shot turkeys at 45 yards and so on, but I try to get him into 40 yards. If I can't get him into what I'm thinking is 40 yards, he walks away, I go home, I wake up the next morning, I go back after him again. And I'll keep doing that until I get him. Sometimes I don't get him, but I'm not going to take a 60 or 70 yard shot. To me, that's not really turkey hunting. Again, you guys are probably going to flog me for that, but I've heard so many people come to me and tell me that this shell's advertised to be a 60 yard or 70 yard, whatever, a turkey load, and I missed him. At 70 yards, I missed that turkey. He ran away. You didn't miss him. You've probably got a 5-foot pattern at 70 yards. You didn't miss that turkey. What you did was you gave him a bad infection. He's going to go out in the woods and become coyote food. That's all you've done. You didn't miss him. It'd be pretty hard to do a clean miss at 70 yards, but it's not hard to cause a fatal injury at 70 yards on a turkey. It just may take him 3 or 4 days to die. And the TSS, the number 9 shot, I'm impressed with it. We done the penetration on the metal with the 410 at 40 yards. It went through it, but you got to think, even though you've got more pellets of the number 9 and it's penetrating deeper, there's a lot of good trade-offs, but you've also got a smaller wound channel. So there's trade-offs with everything. And this, don't take me wrong, this is a heck of a turkey load. Nothing wrong with using this. If you want the best your money can buy, use this. This would be awesome. But taking into consideration the price, this was, I think, $52 for 5 of them. And the fact that I don't shoot past 40 yards anyway, so pretty much any standard turkey load is going to get the job done for me out of the 12 gauge. Not talking about the 410 here. I think it is well worth the money. I think in the 410 they run about $5 each, so about half the price of these. And this, to me, in the 410, it is well worth it. In the 12 gauge, for me and for my style of turkey hunting, not worth it so much. I'm very happy with the kill patterns I get with just standard run-of-the-mill lead turkey loads. So that's really all I got to say. Sorry if you guys don't agree with me. That's just the way it is. I want to thank my patrons. This video cost me about $70 to do those targets and the turkey loads. So that money came straight out of Patreon. Thank you guys. You guys you're keeping the channel alive, and I can't thank you enough. I want to thank Mojo Outdoors for sending over that turkey choke. That helped a bunch. Any help I can get like that doesn't influence the way I review a product, man, I'm all for it, and it really does help. So thank you, Mojo Outdoors, and I'll have those chokes linked in the description if you guys want to take a look at them. Maybe you want one for your shotgun, I don't know. But that's all I got, and I'll talk with y'all again soon.